Before we get really started in looking into the mechanics of how you price up a job, there are a couple of things that you need to be clear about. The pricing program works on a folder basis. And so when you launch the pricing program, it will start in a particular folder depending on how it's launched. But whichever folder it is, it'll look for all the files that it can work with in that folder and pull them all into the project. So what it means is that if you, for example, if you just have a single folder with all your Callidus files in it and you launch the pricing program, it will attempt to load every single one of those in to a single project for pricing, which is probably not what you want to do. So the important thing to do is to save, when you're starting a project, create a folder and save your file in there. Now, also, we need to turn on an option in Callidus, file settings, down the bottom here, turn on XML copy of file. And what that will do is, if I requantify that and save it, you'll see that a second file is created with the extension cal XML. And that's we don't need to go into the details of what that is, unless you're free to look through it. It's a text file, and it's got all the information from the Callidus quantities within it, and that is what's imported in when we launch the pricing program. So when I press this button here, that has actually read the cal XML file and pulled out all the information that's pertinent to it. Now, the advantage of doing it this way is that if you, certainly if you're used to using the Excel consolidation system, where you would have several files in one folder and then you consolidate, you read all of those files and export them all over to Excel. This does a similar thing, which is that if you're putting 3 or 4 different files in here, all as part of the same project, then when you load the pricing program, it will load all of those files in there. So, for example, if I look at this one here, and I change that to, let's say, carpet 4, and quantify that. And what I'll do is I'll save that as second example. And now what we should find in the folder is we've got first example, the Callidus file itself, the cal XML, the second example, and the second example cal XML. And now when I launch the pricing program, what we should see is that it loads the 3 products up, but this one is in 2 plans, and these 2 are just on one. So both of these plans have the carpet tile 3 in it, and one of them has carpet 1 and one of them has carpet 4. But it doesn't matter for this. They've both all been imported in and are now ready for pricing up. So this is the main thing to take away from this part of the tutorial, is the setup. Once you understand that everything is loaded from a single folder, and we don't look at subfolders of that. So, if you've got a subfolder, that's ignored. It's just whatever cal XML files are in that folder, they are imported and combined and consolidated into the pricing system. So it's an automatic consolidation of data. You don't have to go to the Excel consolidation. And make sure that you've got the XML turned on here. If that's not turned on, these files aren't created and there'll be nothing to bring in.